Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Amoranto Sports Complex, Quezon City. Here we go for the six-match playoff games presented by TMT Play, Mandaluyong's Junior MPBL inaugural season. It's time for your Mandaluyong Junior Micro Smith 16 under and JT Bulacan 16 under. Introducing the starters of Mandaluyong Junior Micro Smith 16 under. His point guard number 3, Camilo Hugo. Playing power forward number 13, Janiel Peralta. Center number 27, Chris Pasion. Shooting guard 28, Justin Alduayan. Forward number 31, Jeremy Godoy. The head coach of Mandaluyong Junior Micro Smith 16 under, Coach Mark Herrera. Assistant coaches, Coach Jay Cruz and Henry Lahoy. Now introducing starters of JT Bulacan 16 under. Playing center number 8, Briggs Kel De La Vega. Shooting guard number 9, Eberain Cruz. Small forward number 13, Chris Gian Gonzalez. Point guard 17, Maggie Bryle Kalachan. Power forward number 23, Jaran Supon. Head coach of JT Bulacan 16 under, Coach John Schweitzer. Assistant coach, Coach Melegrito. Games official at this match, your crew chief, Dong Ramos, Bon Racho, Christopher Neg Santos, and Jason Yab. Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
A pleasant afternoon to everybody watching in the Junior MPBL ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino, as this game is another 16 under North Division Quarterfinals best of 3 matchup between this time the Mandaluyong and your Bulacan. JT Taipan. Calling the action is Cho Pangilinan, still with Coach Noy Africa and our courtside reporter Miss Daphne Cristobal.
So this is going to be a matchup between a number 3 versus a number 6 seed. However, itong Mandaluyong actually finished the eliminations tied with the Quezon City Junior Giants, but the Junior Giants able to get the higher seed due to the winner over the other rule. They're going up against this Bulacan team who finished with a 4-6 record. And definitely, of course, you always give the higher seed the favorite stag, but we're still waiting for lower seed upsetting the higher seed in the opening game.
And Camilo Hugo will register on that three-pointer, make that a 5-0 run for Bulacan. And talking about the seed differences, of course, it's much nearer right now, 6 versus 3. So, if I think, at what point does it not classify as an upset anymore? Since magkalapit na yung
yeah, I guess
seeds.
when it's more of the number 4 going up against a number 5 seed, almost negligible na yung that seed advantage. Is only in the NBA where that plays a role, that home court advantage that we don't really use here in the Junior MPBL. But of course, going back to this Mandaluyong squad, very explosive squad. You're gonna have to correct me on this, but as far as I saw, they had 5 players averaging double digits. And we're gonna have a timeout here, early timeout for Bulacan, and we will be right back.
no journey is easy. Nabanggit nga sa akin ni Coach Robert ng team JT Bulacan Taipan na it's actually bumpy road on how he would describe their journey here in the Junior MPBL. Right now nga, magiging bumpy road pa as Simon Pulong Barrett will be missing today's game since he is currently having high fever. They are just certain or hoping na makakabalik ka si Simon in their next game. But for now, he's just expecting the other players to step up since they've come really prepared on this match. So let's see about that as we thank TMT Play for being our constant companion here in the Junior MPBL para suportahan ang ating mga manlalarong kabataan. Unleash your casino adventure. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun mga kaliga. Game responsibly. Parental supervision is advised. Back to you, Cho and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that insightful report. So far, it's an 8-0 run in favor of Mandaluyong. Bulacan still yet to make a bucket right here.
And yeah, going back to that point before the timeout, you have El Duayan, Godoy, Vicente, Camilo Yugo, Kevin Fragoso, all averaging in double digits, while for the side of Bulacan, it's going to be Charles Victoria who leads them in scoring with 21 points per game. And of course, with that report by Daphne mentioning the absence of Simon Pulong Barrett, who averages 13 points per game and 9 rebounds, a near double-double. That will be definitely something that Bulacan will need to replicate on the floor with his teammates. But for Coach Robert Schweizer, you know, there's always a fighting chance for them whenever they play as a team.
And talking about again Bulacan, Simon Pulong Barrett is not on the floor for them, so that will definitely hurt them in the back considering Simon is their second leading scorer in the team, their first rebounder, and he also distributes the ball to some extent with 1 assist per game. So they will, or his teammates will have to fill in the holes that he have left. So far, Mandaluyong in the front seat. Hugo fires from 3, that won't go. Last touch by Mandaluyong, so Bulacan will have possession right here.
Another guy who will need to step up here for Bulacan is Prix De La Vega, who averages 8 points and 8 rebounds per game, and will definitely have to fill in the absence of Simon Pulong Barrett in this ball game.
Here comes Bulacan. Struggling to get a bucket right here. Still no good for them. They recover. And still no good for them, but another set of free throws. This time, as we can see, Coach Robert Schweitzer, again the head coach of this Bulacan squad.
Of course, on the side of Mandaluyong, the ever flamboyant Coach Mark Herrera.
And on the line is number 8, Prix De La Vega. Was it 0 out of 2 that time? As Hugo secures the rebound. Fast-paced game here by Mandaluyong, but another foul on the side of Bulacan. And again, even though Pulong Barrett is not present, it'll be Victoria, the top 3 leading scorer in the league, who will carry most of the load, hopefully, as Camilo Hugo, second 3 of the ball game is good.
And Hugo hitting from the outside will definitely cause a lot of problems for the Bulacan squad.
Still no good. Sorry, missed that time. Godoy secures the board as Hugo has it to the corner. Mid-range jumper, too short. They will recover. Double teamed, kicks it out. Will fire from 3. Still no good. Godoy. Put back is good.
Jeremy Godoy also one of their very consistent contributors, averaging 19 points per game and 11 rebounds.
And he is actually in the top 10 rebounders in the 16 under division. As you have mentioned, Coach, averages a double-double. So far, Bulacan is struggling right now. Under 4 minutes remaining, Mandaluyong leading by 11.
You know, Coach Mark Herrera really relies heavily on his guards wherever he coaches. You know, even with this AMA squad, really plays the small ball to the hilt. And, you know, very talented guards are always aplenty in the squads of Coach Mark.
Yeah, and you really said it. You really said it, Coach. The guards play a huge role sa system nito ni Coach Mark. I've covered the AMA University Kings and the likes of Paul Siniza.
Reed Baklig.
Yeah, exactly that guy. Si Siniza talaga yung nag-stand out when I covered his team. So, you know, I'm happy to see that yung system ni Coach, it's carrying over here, the Junior MPBL, and it's hindi naman siguro catered to the guards, but
Yeah.
you know, he's just fortunate to have great guards on his hands, such as Camilo Hugo. But that time it's Charles Victoria, back-to-back points for Bulacan.
Definitely Victoria will be called upon here for Bulacan. Right now they're down by 7. And he's gonna do a lot of heavy lifting here for Bulacan, especially with the absence of Pulong Barit.
Victoria once more won't go. His teammate is there to recover. Inside. Still no good for Bulacan. And, just over 2 minutes remaining. Hugo has the ball. Hugo is against Kalachan. That is good that time. From number 7 of the Mandaluyong squad, that is Fudotan. Bulacan on the break. Victoria has it. Victoria mid-range jumper is good. Make that 6 points for him.
And Charles Victoria up to the task of providing points for Bulacan, but will need a lot of help.
Hugo has it. Kicks it out to the right corner. Elduayan attacking. That was a drop pass, but that won't go. Recovered. Still no good for Mandaluyong. Here comes Bulacan. Victoria for his 8th point of the game is good.
And good for Bulacan that they have Victoria here, keeping them close.
Sandigan gives it to Hugo, to the corner, back to Hugo. To Sandigan once more, he attacks to the right corner this time, will fire, will not put that one in. Hugo has the ball. Floater for Hugo, that won't go. Great defense by Bulacan, but Mandaluyong keeps getting the boards. Hugo fires, still no good for them. Bulacan finally recovers.
Good effort there. Coming from Riley Paras, not giving up on that play. Giving them another possession.
And of course, shout out to Coach Benji Paras, who
Who's
is
actually in the venue.
Actually, I saw him.
Seated beside the Junior MPBL bigwigs, Commissioner Keith Picazo and Executive Director J.R. Navarro.
Attacking the lane is good that time from number 12, Paul Santiago. Fragoso is now in the game. Again, the 5th leading scorer for his team will fire from deep. And with that, that'll be the end of our first frame. Make that a 6-point lead for Mandaluyong. Let's take a quick look at the TMT play move of the game. As Coach Mark's boys are on the front seat, Fragoso just that 3-pointer in that left corner to end our first frame, giving his team a 6-point lead, averaging 11 per game. And a lot of capable scorers, specifically guards in the system of Coach Mark. But again, 18-12, 6-point lead for Mandaluyong. Me and Coach Noy will return for the second quarter. 18-12, 6-point lead. Mandaluyong is in the front seat. Coach, your thoughts on the first quarter?
You know, even if Bulacan has been shooting better from the field against Mandaluyong, 37 to 25%, it's really been, you know, that defense of Mandaluyong and their ability to hit the long ball, already making 4 3-pointers against 0 for Bulacan. So that's already a plus 12 right there.
So far, it's been Camilo Hugo leading the charge with 9 points of his own, as he is the one holding the ball right now. To Peralta, now to the corner. Great ball circulation. And they will complete that play. That time it's Godoy averaging a double-double. Scores 2.
You know, he may be a little undersized, but Godoy up to the task of playing the big man role for Coach Mark.
And undersized is actually the perfect definition for him, but still averaging a double-double. I don't think size has really affected him that much. This time it's Frogoso attacking. Frogoso takes it inside. That won't go. Bulacan has the ball. They will continue the fast break as Victoria, easy 2 points.
A great seal screen there coming from Cruz, paving the runway for Victoria.
Great ball movement by the guards of Coach Mark. Frogoso has it, gives it to Hugo. Kicks it out once more. Frogoso, looks like they are settling from the outside. But Frogoso passes it to nobody.
Actually, yung trabaho dito ni Godoy gets a lot easier because of the way that floor is spread out, with the ability to shoot the long ball for the players of Coach Mark Herrera. And just looking at the stats right now for Godoy, already with 6 points and 8 rebounds. Could already get a double-double here in the first half.
Actually, Coach, you've mentioned that Godoy is quite undersized for his position. He is actually a member of the Batang Gilas as well. And imagine the size of his opponent. So I think naging good practice din yun on his side.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, he plays even, he can even play the wing. But for an undersized squad like this, you know, the creativity of Coach Mark Herrera, making positions very flexible for players, has allowed guys like Godoy to flourish, currently with 8 points and 8 rebounds.
3-pointer that time, no good. In and out. They still have the possession. Inside, great passing by them. Still won't convert. Now here comes Mandaluyong. Hugo with 9. Godoy has it. Gives it inside. Intercepted by Bulacan. And now here's Bulacan. Santiago gives it to Victoria. Victoria will convert that teardrop.
Just barreling his way there against the passion for Mandaluyong.
Hugo has it. Gives it to Frogoso. They like that spot. Hugo fires from deep. That won't go. Godoy with the rebound. Godoy gets rejected. And now here's Bulacan. The rejection courtesy of number 18, Bata. Santiago has it against Frogoso. Victoria gives it to the low block. That is good once more for Bulacan, courtesy of number 23, Supan.
So good find there for Victoria, finding the wide open Supan down low.
Just under 6 minutes remaining. 4-point lead now for Mandaluyong. Frogoso fires from the right wing. That won't go. Right corner rather. Here comes Bulacan. Victoria 1 against 2. Basket and a foul for Charles Victoria. That is a pound-for-pound fitness move presented by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL.
Good challenge right there for Camilo Hugo. Just better offense that time for Charles Victoria. Summers on the free throw, and Godoy now with 11 rebounds to go with his 8 points.
Godoy will add more to his tallied ones.
Double-double now with 10 and 11 with still 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Solid performance so far from Godoy, as there is no Simon Bulong Barrett to stop him.
That's right, just feasting in the paint now.
That's another call that time, but meanwhile, let's turn it over to Miss Daphne Cristobal for a report.
Family plays a crucial role in the growth of a young kid. But despite coming from a broken family, Justin Elduayan's mother became her anchor with his supportive relatives as the members of the ship. All the way from Olongapo, his lolo is here, as well as his uncle from Iloilo, who's also here present in the venue to cheer for him in this game. Now, Cho and Coach Noy, let us see if we can witness another remarkable performance from this young gun.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that report. And again, not to get all dramatic or what, but single mothers are really admirable. Like me, myself, I'm a product of a single mother. Of course, before my mom met my stepfather, and now she's happy, of course. But I really witnessed my mom being, I can say, alone to some extent. So again, just good on the side of Justin Elduayan, still having that support of his parents, of his lolo, in playing here in the Junior MPBL.
And sometimes all it really takes is one person support to fill, that void. And very lucky for everyone to, have that support, especially from family. Doesn't have to be, direct family like your parents who could be busy or unavailable, but, there's always the uncles, the cousins, the grandparents who will be right there to step up. It's not only in basketball that it's the next man up. Even in life, even with support, you always have the opportunity to find someone to give you the support you need to go on and reach for your dreams.
I like that, Coach. Next man up, not only applicable in basketball. So far, it's a 7-point lead for Mandaluyong. Now it's Sandigan, gives it to the corner. They will fire from 3, that is good. And courtesy of the guy we were talking about, Justin Elduayan.
And Justin Elduayan has the ability to put points on the board, averaging 20.7 points per game. And actually, in their first meeting, won handily by Mandaluyong, Elduayan exploded with 34 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Actually engaged in a shootout with Charles Victoria. Victoria finished with 29 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
And not to mention his efficiency that time. Elduayan shot 70% from the field, 14 out of 20. And so far right now, he has...
We have a loose shoe on the half-court line. I think that's the shoe of... Wait, I'm trying to check. I think that's the Cruz.
Just under 3 minutes remaining. Mandaluyong up by 6. They have 1 more foul to give. Bulacan has 3 more fouls to give, but that is Sandigan hitting it from Rainbow Country.
So that's already 6 makes from the 3-point area for Mandaluyong.
And with that, Coach Robert Schweitzer will be forced to call a timeout. 33-24, 9-point lead for Mandaluyong, 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the second. 33-24, 9-point lead. Mandaluyong is in the front seat. Bulacan not able to convert on that possession. Under 2 minutes remaining in our first half. Hugo gives it to the corner. Back to Hugo. Will fire. No good. So far, 6 3-pointers for Mandaluyong in this ball game.
Actually, for Hugo, after making his first 2 attempts from the 3-point area, has made 1 out of 6 since. Make that 1 out of 7. So currently at 3 out of 9. But definitely has the license to shoot.
1:30 remaining. Again, 9-point lead for Mandaluyong. It hasn't moved. Godoy attacking. Godoy against Kalachan. Kicks it out. That is for 3 once more. Courtesy of Chris, or rather it's Janiel Peralta.
But what's notable there was another assist coming from Godoy, currently with 12 points, 12 rebounds, and now 2 assists. So trying to do everything needed for this Mandaluyong squad.
Bulacan down by 12 right now. Kalachan, that is way off. El Duayan has the ball. They are running. Victoria strips it away. They will convert 2. 42 seconds remaining. A timeout is called here by Coach Mark Herrera as they are up by 10 in the second quarter. (36-26), 10-point lead, just under 40 seconds remaining. Hugo has it. Gives it to the middle, Godoy. Godoy basket in a foul once more for Jeremy Godoy. Make that 14 points for him.
And already that stat line for Godoy looks like a game stat line, but we're only in the first half already with 14 and 13.
This power move is brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. And game-like stats is indeed the perfect adjective to describe that. But they will regain possession once more after that missed free throw. No good. Now Bulacan has it. Gets fouled and will retain possession. 16 seconds remaining.
It's actually the last foul to give for Mandaluyong, not allowing Bulacan to get to attack in transition.
Mandaluyong has a comfortable cushion right here. 13 seconds remaining. Gives it to Victoria. He will take matters into his own hands. 6 seconds remaining. Victoria. Victoria gets it to go to end our quarter. And that'll be it for the end of the first half. That is a 10-point lead for Mandaluyong. 38-28. But let's take a quick look at the TMT play move of the game. That time, that drop pass. That was Kalachan who made that shot, coming from number 8, De La Vega. Bulacan will certainly need more of those if they want to win this W. Again, they are trailing by 10 right here. Me and Coach Noy will return for the third frame. 38-28, 10-point lead for Mandaluyong. Again, they are in the driver's seat in this ball game. Started this game 8-0. Coach, what can you say about the first half?
Bulacan is actually shooting better from the field, 38% to just 33 for Mandaluyong, and that's mainly because they've gotten most of their points from the inside, 14 out of 28, 50% from inside the arc. But Mandaluyong, interestingly, 8 out of 24 from the 2-point region, 7 out of 21 from the 3-point area, while Bulacan has yet to convert any of their threes out of 8 attempts. So that's already a plus 21 right there. Rebounding battle, surprisingly, it is Mandaluyong up 32-23. That's mainly because of the 13 rebounds coming from Godoy, and also the offensive rebounds, 15-7 for Mandaluyong, which they have converted into 10 second chance points. And also surprising here is how Bulacan actually has a fast break points advantage, 12-0, and yet it's Mandaluyong up by 14. Leading scorers for both teams, you have Godoy with 16 and Victoria for Bulacan with 16.
Well, this Mandaluyong squad is really quite interesting as Jeremy Godoy scores on that one. Talking about the Mandaluyong squad, they are first in points per game, 84.2. Second in steals per game, with also 84 point, or maybe a little bit lower than that. Fifth in fast break points, 17.5. First in points from turnovers, 30.6, and sixth in points in the paint with 44. So notice how I said a lot of times the word points. They really find different ways to put the ball in the bucket.
But actually, those some of the things that you mentioned, fast break points, they have 0 so far in this ball game. Points of turnovers, only 7. So, just really finding other ways to put points on the board. Pretty much, to sum everything up, definitely this team from Mandaluyong can score.
Yeah, to really just shorten it all up.
Yeah.
They can score, period. That time, that is intercepted by Bulacan. Here they come once more. Fragoso gets the pickpocket. He is running, kicks it out. Back to him. Back to El Duayan. He attacks inside. Drop pass. Godoy once more. That is, I believe, his 20th point of this ball game.
So I think Godoy will be going for a 20-20 game here. Already hitting that mark in points.
And again, Simon Pulong Barret is not present, so no one has been really putting a stop to Jeremy Godoy's madness. As El Duayan, or as Bulacan was able to score on that last play. 16-point lead for Mandaluyong, under 7 minutes remaining. Hugo has it. Ghost screen from Godoy. Godoy once more. That won't go. But it will stay with the Tigers.
With the aggressiveness of Godoy right now, he is attracting the defense here of Bulacan. Eventually, that's gonna open up opportunities for kickouts to open shooters.
Godoy once more make that 22 points for the beast in the paint.
Right now, they're trying to milk Jeremy Godoy inside.
But that time, it's number 8 who converts. It's Prix de la Vega.
So de la Vega now with 6 points, right about at his average. So basically right now, they're really missing the production of Simon Pulong Barret because Victoria has been putting up the points. De la Vega right at his average.
So far, the lead has been staying at 16 with both teams just answering buckets. Baseline inbound, Justin El Duayan. Again, exploded for 34 in their last meeting. Averaging 20 per game.
So far in this game, only 3 points, but they're way ahead by 16, so not a problem here.
Meanwhile, let's turn it over to Miss Daphne Cristobal for a report.
After being down by 10 points during the halftime, Coach Robert was quick to remind his men about shifting, whether it's from the offensive or defensive side. He also pointed out that they have to move kasi rebound yun ang kanila nagiging problema kanina no first at second quarter. They need to be proactive inside the court. He even ended the huddle by telling them they want a little bit more of what we want, so we have to triple the effort. Back to you, Cho and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne. And the rebound is indeed what they have been struggling to do, again, considering the absence of Simon Pulong Barit and the presence of Jeremy Godoy in the paint.
But if you think about it, Godoy not really the tallest of players, but really just outworking the bigs of Bulacan. So Bulacan will really need to, you know, look at Jeremy Godoy and box him out properly.
Exactly.
Because so far, I think he already has 3 offensive rebounds.
He had 8 in their last outing against Bulacan. Had 14 rebounds that time. So more than half of those rebounds he tallied was offensive rebounds. So yeah, just gives justification to your point, Coach.
And of course, whenever you play zone, you're susceptible to offensive rebounds because you're pretty much defending areas on the court and not being able to locate and box out your man. It's really something that the zone defenses can cause.
14-point lead right now for Mandaluyong. And they are in a good position. Very comfortable cushion. Just 3 minutes, over 3 minutes remaining. One foul on the side of Bulacan. Baseline inbound is Kalachan finding his teammates. Or rather, it's number 9, Cruz, finding his teammates. Gives it inside. And that was Prix de la Vega getting fouled. And now on the line is De La Vega. Had 4 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists in their head-to-head matchup during the regular season, where Mandaluyong won 26-point W for them. Simon Pulong Baret actually had 12 points, 4 rebounds on that. So again, they are missing his services. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Sandigan attacks, that is too strong. They recover. Peralta attacks, drop pass to his teammate. That was courtesy of, again, Justin Alduayan, the 20 points per game scorer.
That's only 5 points total for him. But of course, with the lead with them, not really a problem as Victoria will score on the other end now with 20 points.
And it's been Godoy and Victoria tallying 20 plus points or 20 or more points in this ball game as Hugo misses that one. Cruz running, has the ball, gives it to Victoria for 3. That is good from the right corner.
Victoria showing that he can score in so many ways. Still keeping Bulacan in this ball game.
Sandigan being guarded heavily, stripped away. Bulacan secures the possession. De La Vega has the ball. Bumps into Hugo that time. Gets called for the offensive foul.
Actually, it's called for the carry right there, but nevertheless, turnover for Bulacan. That's now their 10th turnover against 7 for Mandaluyong. So actually, both teams doing a decent job taking care of the basketball.
Fragoso has it. Fragoso gives it to El Duayan. He attacks out to Fragoso. Thought about that 3 seconds for the mid-range. That won't go. Forward pass to Cruz. Almost lost it. Victoria And gets fouled on his way to the rim. 2 free throws for the young gun.
So it's still Bulacan able to get points in transition. So far 14 for them, still nothing for Mandaluyong, and yet it's still Mandaluyong up by 9.
As Victoria makes that first one. They are up by 8. A chance to just make it a 7-point deficit. And he does make that 23 points, or rather 25 points for Victoria. They are still alive in this ball game. Under a minute remaining in the third. Frogoso to Sandigan, will fire from 3. That is way off from Sandigan. Bulacan is running. Victoria against Frogoso. Victoria, no good. Mandaluyong has the ball, 30 seconds remaining. Frogoso is attacking. Frogoso steps on the brakes. Miscommunication that time. A dive from Victoria. Both teams are wrestling for the ball. And they will secure possession. Bulacan. Victoria settles and makes it.
Well, he definitely deserved to get that basket going to the floor to preserve that possession.
5-point lead as the time will expire. And that will be it for our end of the second to the last frame. 52-47, a 5-point lead for the Mandaluyong Microsmith Tigers. And so far, Bulacan has been playing a more improved game, outscoring actually Mandaluyong in the third quarter. But here's our Jinky Skin face of the game. So congratulations to this very beautiful lady for winning a prize from Jinky Skin. And again, our TMT play move of the game. It's from Justin Elduayan to Jeremy Godoy, who has a double-double so far. Another angle at it. Again, with the absence of Simon Pulong Barit, it has been a difficult task for Bulacan to stop Jeremy Godoy's madness. But again, 52-47, 5-point lead for Mandaluyong.
I'm here with the team manager of JT Bulacan Taipans, Coach Charles Kimbo. Coach Charles, nakita naman natin ngayon, down by 5 points na lang ang Team Bulacan. So paano pa po natin nga, tayo naman yung magiging lamang dito sa ating fourth quarter?
Yeah, so first off, I'd like to commend yung Mandaluyong. They started off really hot. Ready sila for the game. Maganda lang sa atin, nakahabol tayo pa unti-unti. It's unfortunate na wala yung one of our main stars na si Simon, pero as we can see, everyone in the team is trying their best to be there for each other. And hopefully makuha natin ngayong fourth quarter yung lamang at panalo.
Thank you, Coach Charles. Meron po ba yung gustong pasalamatan ngayon or bigyan ng shoutout?
We'd like to thank the owner, Joe Bentay, Todd Action, JNT Plasticware, at lahat ng sumusuporta sa Bulacan, yung mga Bulakenyo. Patuloy lang kayo sumuporta at manood ng JuniorMPBL. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Coach Charles, and good luck po sa Team Bulacan. As we also thank our major sponsor, TMT Play, for being our constant companion here in the Junior MPBL para suportahan ang ating mga manlalarong kabataan. TMT Play, unleash your casino adventure. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun, mga kaliga. Game responsibly. Parental supervision is advised. Back to you, Cho and Coach Roy.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that interview. And I just want to say, Coach Charles, really good or classic act on commending the opponent for a very good start. But again, they're not really all doing bad in this ball game. Again, sabi niya wala itong si Simon, but they are just facing a 7-point lead. It was 5 at the end of the third. They're still alive in this one.
Yeah, that's right. And they closed out that third quarter strong, and that's why they're still in this ball game. While for Mandaluyong, late in the third, just turning the ball over a couple of times, and itong Bulacan just quick to pounce.
Kalachan against 3 defenders, won't finish. And a foul is called on Mandaluyong, I believe. Or on Bulacan rather, as it's their second foul with less than 2 minutes passing by in our fourth frame. Bulacan is still alive in this one. It has been Charles Victoria leading the charge, 27 points, just 3 points away from a 30-piece. However, Godoy is also been doing some of his own noise. 22-13 for him. Frogoso gives it to Hugo. Peralta fires. That won't go. Rebound right here by Gonzalez. Santiago has it. Forward pass. Gonzalez thought about that three. Gonzalez attacking. Gonzalez scoring off the glass.
So you can see here, Bulacan continuing to fight here. According to Coach Charles Quimpo, despite not having Simon Pulong-Barret, you know that this team will continue to compete. And compete they are doing right now. You can see both teams now going to the floor, fighting for possession.
And just a 3-point lead for Mandaluyong right here. Just a one-possession game. A lot of time remaining on the clock. Camilo Hugo fires and will make me speak too soon.
And Camilo Hugo with his fourth three-pointer. Just not stopping from taking those shots despite a bit of a struggle after hitting his first two. Currently now at 4 out of 11.
Make that 12 points for Camilo Hugo. I have covered 2 of his brothers already. Victoria fires. That is good. Answering the 3-pointer from Camilo Hugo. And with that, a timeout is called right here by Coach Mark Herrera. Just a 3-point lead. Mandaluyong in the front seat. 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the fourth. Three-point lead for Mandaluyong. Still a lot of time for Bulacan to recover and make a comeback, to say the least. Both teams wrestling for the ball. Santiago ends up with it. He is against Frogoso. Will convert for 2.
Yet another close ball game. We thought in the first half that Mandaluyong was just going to pull away, but Bulacan continuing to scrape. And now it's down by just a solitary point.
Hugo has it. Peralta attacks. Reverse layup is no go. Bata recovers the rebound. Now here comes Bulacan. Almost got called for that 8-second violation, but will turn the ball over anyway.
So a missed opportunity here for Bulacan, turnover number 12. And when you're going up against a higher seed, you cannot afford these kinds of mistakes.
Take notes, just a 1-point lead for Mandaluyong. The next bucket of Bulacan will give them the lead. El Duayan will try to say otherwise, and he will indeed.
You know, El Duayan not really scoring heavily, but the magnitude of points he is scoring now, it's definitely going to help Mandaluyong pull off a win here.
Still no good for De La Vega and the third try. Third time's the charm for him. Just under 6 minutes remaining as we are nearing the halfway mark of the fourth frame. El Duayan to Hugo. Back to El Duayan, fires from that left corner. That won't go. Bulacan secures the board. Santiago has it. Great passing by them. Victoria ends up with it. No go for Victoria. Gonzalez has the rebound. Takes it outside. Victoria takes it inside. Victoria finishes for two.
And Victoria doing a lot of heavy lifting already with 32 points. Game tied with 5 minutes remaining.
Game tied indeed. Still a lot of time for this Bulacan squad to take the lead and give them a comfy cushion. Hugo has it. 5 to shoot. El Duayan inside, back to El Duayan, and they will convert.
El Duayan now finally hitting double digits to go with 3 rebounds, 7 assists.
Frogoso was able to pick the pockets of De La Vega that time. Camilo Hugo, top of the arc 3, that won't go. El Duayan feeling like Jeremy Godoy in that play.
And we haven't heard much from Jeremy Godoy for quite some time. But El Duayan now filling in that role.
Gonzalez, crazy shot, kisses it off the glass.
2-point lead with 4 minutes remaining.
Hugo gives it to the corner. Frogoso back to Hugo. Takes it to the top of the arc. El Duayan back to Frogoso. They like that spot. Gives it to the top of the arc once again. Right wing takes it inside. Mid-range jumper. That is good for no other than number 13. That is Janiel Peralta.
I thought for a while that was El Duayan because those are the kinds of shots that El Duayan has been hitting.
Bata airballs that one. And it will go with Mandaluyong. 4-point lead for them. Two fouls on the hands of Bulacan. Mandaluyong has one on their name. El Duayan, the scoring machine during the eliminations, has had an underwhelming performance so far, but they are on the lead. That time, arrows up for Janiel Peralta.
And Peralta now with 10 points. That three-pointer is the 10th conversion for Mandaluyong and a very timely hit.
Timely indeed, as they get a 7-point lead. Just under 3 minutes remaining. We are heading to our final 2 minutes. It looks like they will burn some time. El Duayan gives it to Godoy. Has a double-double. Sandigan, a pass from Godoy. And with that, another assist in the name of Godoy. And Coach Robert Schweitzer will call for a timeout right there as they are trailing by 9. 2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the fourth. (71-62), the lights are up as Mandaluyong in the front seat by 9. 2 minutes 14 remaining. 2 fouls in the hands of Bulacan. Mandaluyong has one in their name. And after tying the ball game up a few moments ago, Bulacan is now down. But still a more than recoverable lead for them.
Yeah, but you're expecting Mandaluyong to be wasting some clock here.
Hugo to Sandigan. Will fire, will knock that one down. Make that a 12-point deficit.
Wasted all of 14 seconds there. And Sandigan with another hit. That's already 11 makes from the three-point area. Just too many for the side of Mandaluyong.
Victoria attacking. Gets swiped away by Peralta in that sequence. Under 2 minutes remaining. Again, it's a 12-point deficit after that three-pointer from Sandigan, who has made a couple of those in our ball game. Bata finds an opening, scores 2. And make that a 10-point lead right now. Bulacan is having a hard time right here. Peralta, no good on that one. El Duayan recovers. Time is not on the side of Bulacan. El Duayan attacks. Hugo fires. That won't go. Wild rebound attempt by El Duayan. But it will go with Bulacan. Again, time is not on the side of this Bulacan squad.
And even with Mandaluyong up by 10, you can see El Duayan still battling for offensive rebounds, and that kind of effort is really what wins your team ball games.
Victoria, quick fire, that won't go. Bata tried to get it. Sandigan ends up with it. Deflected by Bulacan, they will get it once more. Kalachan gives it to Victoria. To Gonzalez. Does not give it to Bata, but will shoot 2 free throws. On the line is Gonzalez.
Well, if you're Bulacan, even without the services of Simon Pulong Barret, they made a game out of this, especially in the third quarter. And, pretty much they can use that excuse for this game. And with hopefully Simon Pulong Barret being available in their next matchup, maybe they can make this game a lot closer.
That a timeout is called. 8-point lead for Mandaluyong under a minute remaining in the final frame. (74-66), 8-point lead for Mandaluyong. Again, time is not on the side of the guys from San Jose del Monte.
And Mandaluyong will use clock.
A foul called on Bulacan that time. 49 seconds remaining. Bulacan will have to come up with something quick, to be specific.
And for sure, if they still want to be in this ball game, they're gonna try to go for those steals already and foul right away.
Sandigan, sideline inbound. trying to find his teammates, finds El Duayan being guarded by Victoria, being aggressive right there. And with that, that is the last foul to give nitong Bulacan. Next will be on the limit.
That's 3 personal fouls on Victoria. Of course, the effort from Victoria just really a good sign for JT Bulacan Taipan. Currently has 32 points already.
Inside, gets fouled badly that time. Again, Mandaluyong up by 8. It will be Riley Paras on the line, shooting 2 for his squad.
Has yet to score in this ball game. An opportunity to get his name on the score sheet.
Will miss on the first one. Again, Riley, the son of Coach Benji Paras, who is in attendance. I think you saw him kanina nung Jinky Skin face of the game. No? Paras will make the second one, getting his name on the scoring column. 34 seconds remaining. What will Bulacan do? They are down by 9. And that is a unforced error that time. El Duayan tried that rim grazer, but he couldn't reach the rim.
No, still finishing with 14 points. Not really the most productive of afternoons for El Duayan, but that win here, this game 1 win, really a point of celebration for the squad of Coach Mark Herrera.
Coach Mark, again, really renowned coach in the community of Philippine basketball. Known for his guard-oriented system, and it deemed effective today. Or maybe it didn't, as it's not his guard who really got a good game in Godoy, who has a double-double with 23 points, including that free throw, and 15 rebounds, also 4 assists. So he did not forget to pass the rack once in a while.
I was just really doing everything for Coach Mark Herrera.
And Coach, I'm sure Mandaluyong has this win on the books. Come game 2. What do you think should Bulacan improve on?
Well, definitely the adjustments will come from the side of Bulacan. For one thing, of course, they're hoping to get Simon Pulong Barrett back. And of course, they also have to be able to locate the shooters here of Mandaluyong, because really just heavy shooting. 11 out of 35 for Mandaluyong, only 2 out of 17 for Bulacan. So right there, that's already a plus 27 on the side of Mandaluyong.
And with that, timeout is called on the side of Coach Robert Schweitzer, as just 7 seconds remaining. Mandaluyong in the front seat. Coach Robert Schweitzer instructing his players. Coach Mark Herrera on the other side, again, as I've mentioned before, known for his guard-oriented system that really works.
Oh yeah, most definitely has won multiple titles in the different leagues that we have here in the Philippines, be it, you know, in the amateur, the age groups, the high school, college divisions. Really has won it all, and that's why he commands so much respect. And of course, he's more known for his flamboyance and of course his unorthodox ways, but definitely one of the more accomplished coaches in the Philippine basketball scene.
And I think that will be it, as Bulacan will score in that fast break. And as the buzzer sounds, that will be game one, a game 1 W for the Mandaluyong Microsmith Tigers. As this is once again the North Division quarterfinals matchup in the 16 under. But let's take a quick look at the TMT play move of the game. And it's courtesy of no other than number 13 of Mandaluyong. That is Janiel Peralta, making his own kind of noise in this ball game. Again, not the noisiest name during the eliminations, but has made different kinds of impacts on the floor today. That's what you like if you're Coach Mark Herrera, giving your team a lot of options, imposing a lot of threats on the floor, making it confusing for the defense on how to defend your team, or who to defend, which to defend, and what to do in general. But now let's turn it over to Miss Daphne Cristobal for our TMT Player of the Game.
Jeremy Godoy, our TMT Player of the Game, scoring 23 points, 15 rebounds, double-double performance para sa'yo. Congratulations, Jeremy, pati na rin sa Team Mandaluyong. Gusto ko lang tanungin, paano mo na-balance na meron ka ng opensa at meron ka pang depensa sa larong ito?
Pinaghandaan po talaga po namin to kasi playoffs na po. Gusto po namin manalo dito, and sabi ko nga sa teammates ko po, basta tulong-tulong po kami makukuha namin yung panalo, yun lang po. At salamat din po sa coaches na hindi po sumusoko para ma-guide po kami tama, yun lang po.
Jeremy, meron ka pa bang gustong bigyan ngayon ng shoutout?
Binabati ko nga pala yung coach ko, Coach Mike Poson sa Pangasinan, yung Coach Jesus Bacane. Mga tropa ko dyan sa Pangasinan, sa Mura, sa Lipitsur. Binabati ko nga pala, and series mates ko sina, mga teammates ko sa FPU po. And mga magulang ko po, nagpapasalamat po ako, lagi nakasuporta sa akin. Parents ko po, mama ko, papa ko, ate ko, kuya ko. And mga kamag-anak ko po, mga pinsan ko. Yun lang po.
Once again, congratulations, Jeremy, and to the rest of Team Mandaluyong, Junior Microsmith. Back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Daphne. Again, that is Jeremy Godoy tallying a double-double for his squad. And Mandaluyong gets the first W, or the first laugh in this best-of-3 series in the North Division against the Bulacan squad. And of course, Bulacan will have another chance to go at it. And hopefully, Simon will be able to provide his services, as he was able to provide it during the eliminations, giving them that 6th seed in the standings. But again, 78-68, 10-point win for Mandaluyong. But stay tuned, as there are 3 more games in store for you here in the Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.